the streets. It's king of the hill, more like king of the power weapons here on streets, because there's so many of them. Stalker rifle, rockets, bulldog. Don't forget about the bandit rifle, sentinel beam. I'm excited here, and also that shroud should be coming into play, especially to play for power weapons like the rockets and like you see right there.
That's a perfect shroud screen, but Bound says, hey, let me get to you. Not able to get the kill before his life is taken, but it is going to buy his team time to try to get back to those rockets. Boo Dubu, though, he has plans of his own. A double kill for him as he gets closer and closer to this hill. G1 find the break, and they're going to get this opening time. And Bound's lurking underneath. Bound's waiting. Bound hits him. Here we go. Bound's looking for the break, but Boo Dubu, oh my God, making himself such a hard kill.
Beautifully played by Bound onto his former teammate in Boo Dubu. Falcated will pick up that sentinel beam, and looks like he's trying to find an angle. The missed shots is going to force him to back down and also let the entire space station team know exactly where he's coming from, but patient as possible, waiting for his teammate to come off a spawn, and now Gamers First having an opportunity to truly break the setup.
Ooh. Great shots by Foul with that sentinel beam. This thing is so dangerous, and we've seen Foul take a liking to it plenty of times already. Stellar's last alive, and Stellar, he got a little bit too ahead of himself. He's trying to say, hey, maybe I can cheat out a little bit of timing while I wait for my teammates to come off spawn. He saw Foul with that sentinel beam and immediately took back.
Trying to outplay play Gamers First with that bubble, was able to buy a little bit of time with his life, but eventually Penguin does end up going down. Bound seemingly getting back smacked over towards the stair side out of nowhere. Now Penguin back off his spawn and right back into the face of Suspector, not suspecting him of having the bulldog. Penguin going down once again. So does half the members of Space Station Gaming. Gamers First dominating and taking control. SSG off a spawn.
Able to get those cross map shots down. G1 getting closer and closer to finishing this one. Space Station, they're going to decide to push, but this could be dangerous, right? Because they're giving up access to the spawn. They get there, but it's just not fast enough. They are able to get the opening kill, so great position for this next round of slays as Rockets look to be in SSG's favor. I mean, they get them 4 down. This is perfect position for SSG. They get the Rockets away. Everything's going right. They don't get this hill, it would be disastrous after that 4 down.
It was a high risk, high reward to play for the Slays right there to put G1 forward down and get the Rockets and get control onto the subway side, but it pays off, and now everything working in favor of SSG. G1 are pretty close to sacrificing this hill for the second hill, and it feels like it literally just started here. You might have 1 or 2 more good pushes here for G1. They're trying to put the double over toward the purple side. Bound gets the double kill, and just like that, G1 are going to sacrifice this hill, and that was a quick bounce back and recovery coming out of SSG.
Yeah, I love how G1 was like, I don't think it's worth it. We're just gonna play for next. And they do have the better position for the next, but it's coming at some heavy losses. You see Penguin and Stellar already battling into back of A. They're gonna try to flip out the PD spawns. That's top priority as Kevin Eco Smith looks for some more, and he just can't find the player. There we go. He gets his first, and the next 2 are awaiting. That disruptor pistol so effective at getting that damage over time. Bound comes in for the cleanups, and Sabs left by his lonesome at back B. It's a quick break from Space Station. So G1 allocating all those resources to play for next, right, Tony? But then they don't have any substantial time to account for it.
With these rocket launcher coming up, this next slay is so important. And as I say that, Gamers First do end up going 3 down. They will have time to come off a spawn and get a line of sight on those rockets, but doesn't mean they're gonna get the kills they need. Eco goes down, but so does Sad. So another 3v3. Bound flying right into the subway side. Excellent shots onto Falcated, follows it up with the melee and buys it a time for Penguin to get these rockets around the corner. Well played by SSG. They're already about 80% done with this hill, and Penguin here with the rockets. Gamers First still having to fight over towards the B side. Finally they clear out 1, but it's not going to be enough. I think SSG are going to take this hill.
Now look, Bound has been an absolute monster. He's finally taken down 15 and 8 to start this game. He is just outpacing everyone thus far, but look at Eco all the way here, trying to put pressure onto these spawns. Fortunately, he goes down, and what was looking like a safe hill for Space Station is suddenly starting to get away from them, right? You see how far they have to push back out just to get back together. If G1 can win another couple rounds of slays, suddenly they're going to be able to steal this hill.
Bound on the opposite side of the wall. Wasn't aware that Boo Boo Doo was hiding that corner, so Boo Boo Doo is able to take him down. Eco does follow up with the cleanup, but G1 are literally moments away from taking the hill, and it looks like Cloud9 are going to clear them out right before it happens. Not able to steal it themselves, so one ends up going down. Make that 2 for each of these teams. G1 find the hill, and it looks like it stopped right in the nick of time. Garrett, what is happening?
Oh, they're going to be able to get it. G1 get in just in time, and G1 get the steal, but it was pretty mixy at the end. Looks like Space Station have won the fight for the next hill rotation, but the PD spawns are what's important here, right, Tony? What spawn can you get that fills in the hill the fastest? That would be the PD side. You don't want to be fighting from bottom position into narrow walkways when you're trying to fight for this hill.
My eyes on the scoreboard are really gravitating towards Sav and Bound, the leading slayers for each of their respective teams. You know, Sav right now 17 kills, Bound right behind them with 16, really being the main damage dealers and the players responsible for opening up the map. As Sav puts another one on the board and a very important one onto Bound. You're literally the entry frag player. Sav takes him down, takes down yet a second one. Space Station Gaming goes 3 down, and Gamers First take control of this hill once again. They already stole that A side hill. If they could win it here, they might be able to afford themselves to play just time and just play Slayer over toward the mid hill.
You know, Space Station's not going to let this one go for free, though. Eco's going to take the charge. He goes in, not letting any player get away. But Boo Boo Doo Boo gets the help of Suspector just in time, and G1 have the immediate ability to refill, but Stellar with that Bulldog might make it tough. Boo Boo Doo Boo has been a critical player in this piece, so staying back, waiting for damage to come down, and finding cleanup after cleanup for his team. Make it so tough for Space Station just to get time on the board. Although they've been here fighting for this hill all the time, they haven't really been able to run away much time. Eco almost gets the triple, but not quite able to find the finish. And oh my God, Sav didn't get shot. He came right back out for more.
G1 were just, you know, stacked up, waiting on the benches, waiting for the train to come in, and out comes Eco just running them over. Almost able to get that triple kill. SSG take control over toward the purple side. It looks like Boo Boo Doo Boo starting to move in position onto the back A. Wants to find one easy kill, and instead is going to put the Shroud down. That's going to provide some temporary cover as Bound gets hunted down onto the tower side. G1 trying to recover their shields. If they can get these numbers, they can slay SSG out before they steal it and tie it up. The Shroud is down. It looks like they want to get up close and personal right in the nick of time before SSG steal it, but SSG answer right back with back-to-back kills, and it looks like they are going to tie it up going into this mid-hill.
That's phenomenal from Space Station to deal with that pressure of G1. You saw so many players from the red side mounting, getting ready to try to challenge for that hill. But Space Station never got ahead of themselves, right? They played a strong defensive game towards that hill, said, hey, if you're going to come through us, you're going to have to take a number to do so, right? You're going to have to take a trade. And once we get even numbers, once we get numbers advantage, that's when we're going to win that fight. And Space Station just constantly kept the refill coming. And although G1 had a lot of pressure towards that hill, there was no time to be found. And now going into this next hill, Bound's going to be the important player, right? You want to keep those spawns at back, so you always have access, a straight line of sight into this hill to make sure no one can get free time.
Ladies and gentlemen, get yourself some snacks, get yourself some popcorn. This is going to be a long one. This bottom mid hill on Streets is the hardest hill to capture in the game. We're in for a long one, but like you said, that bottom C side going to be so important, and Bound finds himself onto the A side of the map. Gamers First not only controlling the C side of the map, but also in the hill, and also shrouding out, blocking those line of sight from anyone from SSG to get some easy damage on him. Well played with this setup coming out of G1.
Trying to work with his teammate to make sure that their side, their C spawns are safe, and having to back down to do so. He is able to get that. Now using that shroud screen for some free time. And right now, it's not necessarily important to rack up as much time as possible. What's more important is to make sure that the spawns and that the kills are remaining in your favor. So it's okay to get in, get out, make sure you're getting kills. As long as you're able to dictate the pacing of the game, dictate where the spawns are coming from, and just be a step ahead, you will eventually get this hill. But it's basically a mosh pit down at bottom mid.
love the flanking bound play to take down one, but not able to find the second one. Stellar and Bound both going down, and like you said, Gamers First holding on to the most important spawn on the map. Penguin tries to make a play, almost able to do so, but Suspector still has that Bulldog, and it's going to be very hard to catch him off guard. Maybe the Rockets might be able to open things up just a little bit, but SSG don't have that enhanced just yet.
Spectre out of that red gun ammo, says, hey, I gotta get something done. Goes up with his shotgun, but it's a rocket that awaits them, and that's where it gets dangerous from G1. They're 3 down. Sab is working his best. He did get the back C spawns for Falcated, and now this makes it a little bit tougher for Space Station, right? It's hard to stay on that hill while you have players that can immediately refill, but they're doing a great job at it thus far, and it's because of Bound immediately getting into the face of these players of G1 and getting kill after kill, and he has just been unstoppable thus far. It really has been Bound versus Sab this entire time. 27 for Space Station side, but Sab with 30 kills of his own, trying to keep G1 in this fight.
And with less than a minute left, I think SSG are in an interesting position. Like, they can play outside the hill for a bit before they close it out and try to drain the clock down. Maybe if they do that, they take this middle hill and they leave Gamers First no time to try to play over toward the B side. Gamers First have to decide, like, do you sacrifice this hill? Do you play for it? Like, what's your play here? Because in 33 seconds, you're going to be out of options. Is this do or die?
Options are stacking up. Suspector was able to get 2, and now suddenly Penguin in a tough position. He's gonna have to play slow and wait for his teammates to come up, but this is gonna be the most free time G1's gonna get in a while, and let's see Space Station trying to find the way to fight through, but they don't have any weapons, but they don't care. They're able to find that first pick. How does Space Station constantly get away with getting these picks when they don't have the position on the map, when they don't have the weapons? They're able to get the kill, and now trying to get at some hill time. Suspector knows how important he is to these spawns, but he hasn't really made much of an impact, Tony. We haven't seen Suspector get kills with that Stalker rifle.
He's putting down damage, but can't quite find that kill. Hopefully his teammates will be able to clean up some of these kills, or he gets it himself up close and personal as we move in to a sudden death. 2 minutes on the clock for these teams to fight for this hill. The rocket launcher comes into play immediately for Sap, able to put the second one down to 1 shot, and the rest of Gamers First clean it up. Stellar gets down to 1 shot for the Bulldog. Bound breaks right through the mid-map. Boo-Boo Dooble, the final player alive for Gamers First, does that entry damage, and then immediately pushes a perimeter. Big play coming out of Boo-Boo as he slides in towards that hill, not able to play his life any further.
G1 can't get too ahead of themselves, right? You still have to get the kills before you get this hill. Suspector's gonna roar forward. There's a player in. They're getting it. Bound. Not gonna be able to get those kills, and G1 just barely get this hill away. Phenomenal job at the end of that game.